Hello, hello, YouTube, and happy Saturday to all of you all. Make sure you go ahead and hit that like when you come in the building. Big shout out to all my subs. I'm still on vacation, so I'm trying to savor the moment. And I was meaning to go live at the airport again yesterday, but once I got to the airport, once I landed in Vegas, my reception was so crazy. It was really, really crazy. But I wish I could have went live because it was just I just want to show y'all the big quantity. Like it was so many people here in Vegas. I don't know what's going on this weekend, but oh my God, the city was full. It looked like the city gonna be jumping this weekend. So I don't know what's going on, but I know I gotta go back to work tomorrow. So I cannot partake in none of the Vegas fun. But I had so much fun at my brother's house. As you guys know, I like shared the pictures to my community tab and everything. We had so much fun. Went swimming. We ate good. I had some of the best barbecue I think I have had in a long time because the barbecue is just not that good out here in Vegas. But man, as you guys know, you go down south, you get the best barbecue. All right, so I'm gonna get off into it. So we have a lot of relationship things going on out here in the streets. So let's get off into some of this. So I ended up seeing this. I think Unwind with Tasha K shared this. Shout out to her. So I'm gonna play this. This is actually a video of a 39-year-old woman. She is like begging and pleading for a man to marry her. And she said that she will actually take in a man that doesn't have any money. And she said she will support the whole relationship. Take a listen to this young lady pleading for her a husband. Let me unmute it.
Are you a barren pusher? Are you a beggar? Are you a conductor? Please marry me. Please, I'm going to sponsor the marriage. I'm going to give you money to pay my bride price. I'm going to sponsor the wedding with my money. Please come and marry me. I'm tired of singleness. Please, I'm 39 years old. Please come and marry me. I'm getting old. I'm getting old. Please. I need a husband in my life. I need a man in my life. No matter what you are doing, I'm
Okay, now I know she has an accent and everything. What's up with your bougie Barbie? How you doing? And happy Saturday morning to all y'all. And this is what I'm wondering, okay? Because y'all know, I don't know if she's from Nigeria. I'm not for sure where the young lady's from. But do you all think she's begging and pleading for a husband just because she probably need a green card? Maybe they told her time is about to be up and she got to get out of the United States. I'm not for sure. But when it comes to people who are foreign, sometimes they do have hidden agendas. Let's just hear what she said. She could just be a lonely woman looking for love. What you say? It must be a skit. I always think it's right. I'm thinking it's a skit too, because I've seen her sitting here. She sound like she crying, but it ain't. There's no tears coming down. She don't have any tears coming down, and she's talking about, please, I will fund the marriage. No offense or anything, but she don't look like she just got a lot of money. But hey, you never know because everybody that got money don't look like it. But let's hear where she coming from.
going to marry you. Are you a barren pusher? Are you a beggar? Are you a conductor? Please marry me. Please, I'm going to sponsor the marriage. I'm going to give you money to pay my bride price. I'm going to sponsor the wedding with my money. Please come and marry me. I'm tired of singleness. Please, I'm 39 years old. Please come and marry me. I'm getting old. I'm getting old. Please. I need a husband in my life. I need a man in my life. No matter what you are doing, I'm going to marry you. Are you a barren pusher? Are you a beggar? Are you a conductor? Please marry me. Please, I'm going.
It sounds like she's looking for a man. She's looking for any man. She don't care. She just needs somebody to marry her. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. Please correct me, but I think this woman probably need a green card. I think she needs a green card, like for real, for real. This don't. I don't know. I'm thinking she probably need a green card. But speaking of relationships, there's a whole trend that started, I believe, over on X, over on Twitter. So there's a lot of men who are like actually coming out and they're saying that they hate their girlfriends. So take a listen to this.
If you were a dude that constantly disrespects you, shows disinterest in you, but every time you try to leave, he begs you to stay, he hates himself. And he just doesn't want to be alone. It has nothing to do with you. He just hates himself and doesn't want to be alone. The crazy thing about it is the reason a lot of y'all women stay, because y'all kind of hate yourselves too. And, ooh, I can fix him. That be y'all.
Yeah, yeah, he not lying. I think there are a lot of what we could call it is a woman relationship mechanic. She can like look at the most troubled man with the most issues and she thinks she can fix them, but there's a whole trend of guys talking about this online about men who actually hate their women. I ran across a whole lot of videos and take a look at this one here. So this situation here.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Hello.
Hey, shout out to Show Enough down in the comment section. I hope you're having a great weekend.
Yeah. Uh huh. I don't know. Okay. Well, I'm with my friends, so talk to you later. Bye. Who was that? That was my baby girl. Love of my life. Oh, because it sounds like you fucking hate her. Well, you don't understand how relationships work. It's a lot of ups and downs. It's not just perfect all the time. Actually, I do. I've been married for 4 years. I've never talked to her like that. Oh, well, okay. Maybe I hate her a little bit. Then why are you with her? Because of the sex. Don't say because of the sex. Uh, uh, because she has a car. Am I a piece of shit? Yes.
Mm.
I'm outside the gym and I'm just thinking right now how much men hate their girlfriends. I'm gonna tell you why. So, when like you're dating somebody and like this man just wants you to be like such a natural queen. Like they think you without lashes, you without makeup, like you're so beautiful, this and that. They're like, you don't have to get your nails this long, you don't have to get your eyelashes this long. But as soon as this man becomes single, what type of bitches does he go for? The bitches with the longest nails, with the longest eyelashes. When you, as their girlfriend, has these things, it's like, babe, you don't have to get your lashes this long. You don't have to get your nails this long. Like, you're so pretty naturally. Like, you're so beautiful. But as soon as a girl that's not their girlfriend does the same thing, it's the hottest thing in the world. Like it's like they're this Instagram fucking baddie, but when the girlfriend is doing it, it's oh no, babe, you should be natural. You're so beautiful, this and that. You're such a hater for your own girlfriend. But the first type of bitches that you go for have all the things that you told your girlfriend she didn't need. Make it make sense. Like it's just crazy how men are such fucking haters, because this is how you know when a man is dating a woman, they just want them to be the worst version of themselves. Because first of all, who said I'm getting my nails and my lashes done for you? It's for me. This is why you become such a bad bitch once a man leaves your life. That's my TED talk for the day.
That's true. That's true. And
If you were a dude that
and to add to what that young lady just said, I believe that's why after a lot of breakups, women quote unquote glow up because they actually be the person who they really are. For the most part, when you're in a relationship or a marriage, most women, not men, most women have to suppress themselves. A lot of men would tell their women, and I see it every day because you guys know I cut hair. I see women every day with this long, brittle, unhealthy hair, and they're like, I'm not gonna cut my hair because my man loves long hair. It's hot. These ends, they're unhealthy. but they feel like because their men like the long hair, they keep the long hair. And for the most part, just being honest, not to hurt anybody's feelings, but some of these women with long hair, the long hair is not doing anything for them. It's not adding any type of beauty or enhancing their look at all. Some women actually have the bone structure and they look better with short hair. But because they're in these marriages or relationships and they're in a relationship with a man who don't like that short hair, they keep that unhealthy, brittle, long hair, and it does nothing for a lot of women. It's because I've been told plenty of times that I look better with short hair, but sometimes I like to switch it up. So I wear short hair sometimes. I put some weave in. I do either or, and show enough said facts. So yeah, it's a lot of women who walk around and they have aesthetics on them that's unbecoming because their men want a certain thing. They men want a certain look. And it's something else. And then it's like after the breakup, after they leave that man alone, they kind of just start doing, what they want to do, and they start just being themselves. Listen to this.
Oh my God, you are so beautiful. At eyes, devoured, ate and left no crumbs. I need more. I need more. Before she said I didn't do enough.
He just looked like he is so uninterested.
My end and my begin.
He looked like he is so uninterested. And they look like they so happy when they're not in the presence. Some of them look like they're so happy when they're not in the presence of their girls. But take a look, listen to this because this guy explains it very well. Listen.
But you know, like when you like just stop liking a baby, yeah, and you just like give her hints, like,
oh my,
and you just don't really fuck with her no more.
Oh my,
please, I'll do anything.
Start calling her big bro.
Well, hey, you know the money.
Yo, big money. Yo, big money.
You know
That's
the money.
demon behavior. Just
Oh,
money.
man.
The whole relationship, you pay for everything.
Hey, as soon as you stop fucking with the baby, yeah, it's so funny. Like, it's like everything she does annoys you.
You know where it comes. Gives the dual to you, just pass it. It's slightly over turn.
Oh, yo.
We're going Dutch.
Did you hear what he said? And see, and this is what it is. Hold on, let me go back. At the end, when he said, "Babe, are we going Dutch?" See, that's the big reason why women want to go to the most expensive place when they first go out on dates with you guys. That's why when guys wonder why a woman want to go to a steakhouse, why she want to go here where I got to spend a lot of money. That's why, because this guy talking about, do you want to go Dutch? So that's really putting it out there. And let me tell you this: a woman don't even have to know these men. These men that's in podcasts, we don't know who these guys are, but we do know that these men in podcasts represent the mentality in how men think on an overall board. So when you hear a man talking about, yeah, when I'm getting to the point where I really don't like my girl, I go out to eat and be like, babe, let's go Dutch. So it's showing the lower value that a man has when he want to do things like go out on a coffee date, when he want to go to a decent restaurant, but he wants you to pay for your meal and he pays for his meal. This is why the women are starting to switch things up. And speaking of switch things up, I want to get off into this situation here because I see a whole lot of it going on. There's actually men out here who really don't like they don't like their women. A lot of these men, and hey, it could be women out here who really don't like their men, but we're talking about the topic at hand that went viral about men not liking their girlfriends. And guys were speaking about men who really don't like their wives as well. So it's looking like to me there's a lot of men out here getting off into relationships with women they really don't like, but they stick around for the benefit package. Just like when I was talking about in my other video, when a man comes to a woman and he says stuff like, "What do you bring to the table?" and things like that, he want you to advertise your benefits package to see, hey, what do she got that I can use? Don't ever answer that question, because one thing about it, if a man is around you and he feels your spirit and he gets to know you, he know what you're gonna bring to the table. What Steve Harvey say? This woman can bring a brand new you. Don't you ever ask a woman what she can bring to the table. So this woman right here, she probably had one of those "what you bring to the table" men. But one thing about this situation, the signs are always there before the blow up happens. So we know what we're getting into before we get into it. So this situation with Byron World Star, her man picked her up 2 hours late. And he's done it before. It says he picks her up 2 hours late again from work. And it kept getting worse. So you guys listen to this situation after this young lady.
It's literally always something with this man. Like if it's not one thing, it's another. You come get me in the car on E. I have to put gas back in it. Then you late to come back and get me from work. Like I'm so over this shit. How is you late to come get me? How are you late? No, what do you mean don't start this shit again? How is you late to come get me?
And she is a pretty girl. She has the neck like she got one of them model necks. She has like flawless bone structure, beautiful hair. That's her real hair. Like she's a beautiful girl. Why are you putting up with this?
Start, man. Don't start. You get in the car.
You? Then you got your friends in the car with you and you late. That's why you late. You going to pick your friends up, all of this, smoking the car out.
I'm sorry, you guys, but even if I smoke, I will be so upset if somebody my man pull up to pick me up, and his friends are all in the car, and the car is on E. Two things that people hate when they get off work is to come home to a dirty house and to get into a car that's on E. That's two things that could really piss a person off, and that's a man or a woman. You come home to a dirty, nasty house, and the car is on E. That's two things that really get me upset.
Bro, watch out. Watch out.
Just get out.
Watch out.
Get out. Get out. You get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. You and your friend. Get out. Y'all can figure out how y'all gonna get home. Watch out. Get out. You. I'm talking to you. Get out. What? It's literally always something with this man. Like it's just still sitting right here. You can't hear. Get out.
Bro. All right, let me get my shit.
Okay, come on.
Let me get my shit. Okay, let me get my shit. Watch out. Get on my way. Come on, gang.
Y'all see this type of stuff that I be dealing with? Like this is crazy. Then I get in the car. And the car's on E again. Like, bro, look at this. It ain't no way. I just put gas in here and you come get me on E again. Like, looking dumb. And I truly hope that they find somewhere to go. Because please don't call me thinking I'm about to come back and get you. Because I'm not. Like, it don't ever take him long. What?
Bro, why the fuck did you just block me, gang? And then you cut us out the whip and got us walking.
Just still sitting right here. You can't hear? Get out.
For real?
You should have been on time. You done did too much today. No, you done did too much. No, stop playing with me. What? Hello.
But where you at?
Why?
Where are you at, bro? Stop playing with me. What you mean?
Wherever I'm at, you're not coming to where I'm at, so it don't matter.
Bro, your location off the A.
Girl, stop answering the phone for him. See, she not really done. If you really done, you're not gonna answer the phone for him. Girl, you should have blocked him, and whatever number it is he called from, don't answer. If he sends you text messages, this, that, and the third, do not pick up. But to sum it all up, man, to be honest, I think a lot of people are out here in marriages and relationships with people who kind of really don't like them. And not just going for the guys, but this is about the men, but going for the women too. A lot of women are in relationships with men who they really don't like. And Show Enough said, "Yep, block them." One thing about it, if you don't want to communicate with a person, you want nothing to do with a person, you're not going to answer any phones, you're not going to have any communication. I remember last week on the radio, on the radio station I listened to, they had a question just going around, and they was like, how do you handle a stalking ex? Whatever the majority amount of people were saying, ignore, ignore, ignore. You block them, ignore them, do not interact with them. The one little piece of interaction that you have, that's all they need to go full fledged, to go in. Ignore them. And I don't care what it is they say. They could text you back. "Ooh, I know you want me. I seen you posting me. You know you love me." Shout out to Gossip Girl XOXO. But they could do any and everything to try to trigger you, to try to get some conversation, some type of interaction, some type of words out of you. Don't give it to them. You block them, and you most definitely better keep them blocked. Like, no, I don't play games. One thing about me, and I don't care who you are, you could be the father of my child, that ex who I spent the longest relationship, that ex that I was with for 5 years. I don't care who you are. I don't spin the block. I don't spin the block at all. That's something. Spinning the block is something I've never done, and I would not advise anyone to spin the block, because one thing about it, when you got to the point where you were tired of a certain relationship and you ended that relationship, when you go back, that's going to let the person know, hey, the reason that they broke up with me, they don't find a problem with it. I can just keep on being me. And then when you get back with this person, then something does go wrong, they're going to be like, well, you know what you got when you got back with me. That's the first thing they're going to do. They're going to throw it up in your face. And speaking of men who hate their women, I want you guys to listen to this, okay? Tell me in the comment section what y'all think about this situation here.
I'm just saying, I'd keep running. Moment, you gotta be like, am I willing to die for this?
I'm not. I'm not willing to die for it.
Dying for your wife and your family, I can understand.
Because it's dangerous. It's not fearful. It's a dangerous
Kids,
situation.
yeah.
Wife too.
Wife, no.
Look, you bought her though.
I'm not.
I mean, like once you
I'm not dying for my wife, my nigga.
What are you doing in a dangerous situation?
If me and my wife are running because two niggas are shooting at us and she trip, I'm gonna keep running.
You and your wife?
Me and my wife.
Who hurt you?
Nobody. I'm just saying I'd keep running.
Moment, you gotta be like, am I willing to die for this?
I'm not.
This man just came out and said, hey, I am not willing to die for my wife. He said if two guys are running after them, pow pow, and his wife trip and fall, he said he will keep running. And I don't know if this man's married. I don't know if he has a girlfriend. I don't know his relationship situation. But how do you think his girlfriend or wife felt? Or do you think she's like, hey, he's on the podcast. He's just doing what's gonna trend, you know? I know he gonna take up for me. If somebody trying to shoot us, he gonna help me. No, I don't think he will. And did you hear the other men say, who hurt you? He like, didn't nobody hurt me. I'm just not finna die for this woman. And he actually referred to her as the B word. He said, I'm not finna die for this B. Let's listen to this brother again, because when I heard this, and then once I heard the trending thing about all the men who hate their girlfriends, this was just crazy.
I think dying for your wife and your family, I can understand.
Because it's dangerous. It's not fearful. It's a dangerous
Kids,
situation.
yeah.
Wife too.
Wife, no.
Her. Look, you bought her though.
So he said he will, jump in front of the pow pow for the kids, but he won't do it for the woman who produced the kids for him. You're supposed to be a protector. This is why women. Let me say this. This right here is why women will not ever fully submit to men like this. And to be honest, I think it's probably a big amount of men out here that are like this. You want a woman to completely submit to you, but you won't lay your life down for her. Y'all want her to come with everything, to do everything, but you're not willing to go to the end of the earth for her. And like I said, the whole what you bring to the table thing, you're trying to see how far a woman will go for you. What is she gonna lay out on the line? What's up with you, Sabrina? Shout out to the chat room. Y'all hit that thumbs up when you come through the building. Hit that thumbs up if you have not hit that thumbs up. So this is a big reason why a lot of men are not getting that submission from women that they want because they have this mindset of this brother. And then it trips me out, and I'm gonna go back to it right quick. It trips me out when I see women who are begging and pleading, and like Barbie said, like my moderator Barbie said, this has to be a skit because this man sitting up here, he talking about how, hey, I ain't finna die for the B. Even if she is my wife, I'm not finna jump in front of no bullet for no woman.
No matter what you are doing,
Listen
I'm
to
going
her.
to marry you. Are you a barrel pusher? Are you a beggar? Are you a conductor? Please marry me. Please, I'm going to sponsor the marriage. I'm going to give you money to pay my bride price. I'm going to sponsor the wedding with my money. Please come and marry me. I'm tired of singleness. Please, I'm 39 years old. Please come and marry me. I'm getting old. I'm getting old. Please. I need a husband in my life. I need a man in my life. No matter what you are doing, I'm going to marry you. Are you a barrel pusher? Are you a beggar? Are you a conductor?
I'm sorry,
Please
she looked
marry.
like she been sitting in a hot, steamy in the kitchen frying chicken. And she like, I wish I had a man to eat this chicken that I am cooking. I wish and she this has to be a skit. It looked like she is in the kitchen cooking a big meal, and she's like, I wish I had the man to feed this food to. I am tired of cooking by myself. I'm tired of sleeping in this bed by myself. I am sick and tired. Why don't I have a man? I have good heart. I have good heart. Like, oh my God, bless her heart. But ma'am, do you see all of this stuff that women are going through? Women are out here literally in relationships and whole marriages with men who don't care about them. I mean, it's really sad. It's some other stuff on Facebook I wanted to go through too. It's some other things I had ended up running across. So let me find it real quick. You guys make sure you hit that thumbs up when you come through the building, okay? But there's some situations that's been going on over here on Facebook. So I'm just thinking though, that gotta be a skit with what that woman was just saying. Talking about she need a man, she gotta have a man and stuff like that. Man, this has to be a joke. This is a situation that ended up going viral over on Facebook, and I'm gonna make sure I click on this. It's not a video, but it's a post, and it looked like this young lady ended up, I guess, meeting a fella, and they ended up like going. He took her to Cheddar's. So I'm gonna read this to you guys and tell me what you think about it, and I'll tell you what I think. Okay, so it says out on a date, and this girl, she's gonna bring her daughter talking about, I don't want you to get the wrong impression. Then she gonna say, if you a real man, you pay for my daughter. And he was like, is this the world we live in? The worst day ever. Hashtag worst day ever. So she actually brought her daughter on a date. And this is what I'm thinking. Why would you blur out the woman face and not blur out the child face? I don't get that. I seen somebody in the comment section mention it too. Okay, so it's a problem if we fed the children. When I grew up, my dad fed the neighborhood. Y'all ninjas is different. That is so true. That is so true. And I mean, I can still remember. Yes, it is a beautiful Saturday, and then it don't feel too hot out here. Thank God, not right now. But this is a different world we live in. We live in a world now where men are not proud to say, "Hey, I'm stepping up and taking care of that woman who baby father not around." Men are not standing up proud to be stepfathers. Actually, being a stepfather nowadays is actually something to be ashamed of. But if you guys remember back in the days, like when you listen to the R&B songs, when you listen to the blues songs, especially the blues songs, men were actually proud to step up and take care of another man children. Men just they not the same. I can't say they wrong, I can't say they right, but I'ma just say they're not the same. And I think it could answer a lot of questions that men may have, because men sit back and think. You got to think, and this is just being honest. I hear a lot of men say, "Hey, these women ain't like my grandma was. These women not like my aunties was. These women are not like my mom was." That's because a lot of the men are not like our grandpas and our uncles used to be. See, when a man switch up, the woman follows suit. So you see a whole lot of men out here, because if you guys remember back in the days, when your old grandpa probably met your grandmother probably had one, two children when they met that were not his. But he seen something in that woman, so he didn't mind getting with her, marrying her, and they made other kids and extended the family. So, for the most part, when a man meet a woman, if he sees she's well put together, her kids are in line, they're well disciplined, they go to the house, her house looks like it's together, then she is presenting a package that he don't mind taking in. So, just you out here meeting a woman and she says, "I got kids," and the guy take off running, "I don't want to be a stepfather," you could be passing up a good woman. Sometimes these women out here with no kids, you meet them and sometimes they could be the worst pick. So I think sometimes, and I'm going to say this for women too, because sometimes a woman could have in her mind, "Hey, I want a man that makes at least 80,000, or I want a six-figure man." Sometimes those are the guys who don't have any kind of morals about themselves. They don't have much going on as far as substance, and as far as the morals that they bring forth into a relationship. All of the morals are just not there. It's just about get this money, get this money. Some of them don't have a lot of respect for women. You can't just put a person in this big, you can't put them up on this pedestal just because they make a certain amount of money. So I think, I'm not saying men and women need to bring down their standards, but I can honestly say I think some of these standards that people have in the modern day need to be adjusted. Some people's standards most definitely need to be adjusted. And I'm gonna tell you what issue I have about this situation, with you bringing your daughter on a first date. First of all, if this is true, because you guys know people take pictures of people and they create these little, they create these things just for it to go viral. So I don't know if this situation is for real or not. But I'm gonna say this: in this world we live in, why would you bring your daughter on a first date? Why would you bring your child, period, whether it's a daughter or a son, on a first date with you? You don't know the mindset of this guy. You don't know if this guy's pervert. You just don't know this guy. If this is actually real and this is a first date, you don't know this man to be bringing him on a date with your daughter. And some guys feel like, "Hey, if I buy somebody something, they all gonna have to give me some." You don't know what this man is thinking in his mind. He could be thinking dirty. He could be thinking nasty or anything. And then you have to look at it and be honest. Like, in a perfect world, yes, he'll buy your child some food, and he'll buy your child some food and some things like that. But it's not his responsibility to feed your child. Just to be honest. And ladies, how would you feel? How would you feel? And I'm just gonna create this scenario real quick. Let's say you went on a first date with a guy, and he brought his child along, and y'all sitting at the table eating and whatnot. and he says, yeah, we gonna go Dutch, but will you cover my son meal for me? How would y'all feel? I would be like, what? Some of these, I just feel like it's some people out here that are not in a position to be dating. Some people need to get their stuff together before. It's just like if a guy called me and like, Katie, I want you to, meet me over at the Lux Hotel. We're gonna have dinner. And if I don't have a new outfit, my hair not looking the way I want it, if I don't have my nails done, if I'm not looking the part, I'm not gonna accept the date. I'm gonna be like, well, I'm really flattered that you asked me, and thank you so much for asking me, but I'm kind of in a bind right now, so I'm not really in a position to step out just at the moment. But hey, maybe we can, let's meet up at a pool place, shoot some pool together or something. I can look casual and be okay then. And then maybe another day I'll accept the dinner date where I feel like I'm more put together and more ready. Or people are wild today. They're really wild today. And it's like the mindset of them. Everybody is looking to get over, get over, get over. And nobody is looking to actually come to the table and build together. It's all about what you can do for me, what you can do for my kids. Can you pay my rent? Can you pay my telephone bill? Can you pay my automobile? And then maybe we can chill. You know what I'm saying? They are on this whole type of time. And then a lot of men out here, they are on the type of time where they feel like a woman should be coming to the table not asking for much. They don't want you to have your hand out to them at all. But you hear a lot of men say, I don't want a woman that's too independent. Well, sir, which one do you want? Which one do you want? Because you can't have that woman that's not asking you for anything and she's reliant on you. It's like the things that y'all say y'all want, they don't match up together. You can't have a woman that's gonna be completely independent and not needing or wanting you for nothing, but she don't have a good job to be able to support herself. It's just not working. And then you have some women that be like, I want a man that's gonna spend time with me. He needs to spend time. I want time. Well, guess what? That six-figure man that's out here getting his money and he's, totally thrown himself into his company and his career, that man not gonna have a lot of time for you. So I just think people have to make sure they know exactly what they want, and then when they get what they want, you got to know what's gonna come along with it. Because y'all can't have it all. People cannot have it all. And you know what? The sad part about this is that's why a lot of people end up cheating. Did y'all ever hear in that movie, Why Did I Get Married? When they were talking about the 20/80 rule. They said in every relationship, you're only going to get 80% of what you want. And then you're going to have a person that's probably going to come along showing that 20% that you feel like you're missing. And when you get 80%, sometimes you'll look at that 20% of that little stuff you're not getting and it looks like it's big. Like, dang, my wife is a good mother and she keeps the house together, a great homemaker, but she's probably not as wild in the bed as I would like her to be. So this 20% come along that's probably wild in the bed like you like, and you're giving up a whole 80% for this little 20. And at the end, it's not worth it. At the end, it is not worth it. I want you guys to listen to this. And shout out to TikTok Town Hall. I'm gonna make sure I drop this full video down. But listen to what this girl was saying, because I just feel like some people are just way too desperate for relationships, and they end up putting themselves in positions. They put themselves in a position.
responsibility. That's just one of the examples. Obviously, this is something that actually happens because this is how people get into the homosexual state to begin with. On that video, I seen somebody comment and they were saying they had a homosexual, and the way that they got rid of them was the 3 C's: no cooking, no cable, and no cookie. Okay, so if she stopped doing those 3 things to get rid of him, that means y'all should stop doing those 3 things from the beginning. Never start them. Never start them to avoid the homosexuality and the men that are scammers.
Remember when you let that shit slide? Yeah, you thought we forgot?
Watch this one right here.
Do not start off 1 and 50-50 from their man when they live together. They're trained into that. They're groomed into that. They are breadcrumbed into that through positive and negative reinforcement. Honestly, social media is pushing that narrative real hard with the marry me chicken recipe and the buy him a PS5. Like, we are not supposed to be doing any of those things.
So we both pay bills, but he pays for all of them because my check direct deposits into his account. So he can like have all the money in one place and we can save and stuff. And he like has investments that he invests our money.
And this is insane. I seen 2 people do a skit about this. It was this heavy-set, dark-skinned guy with his girlfriend, and he was saying his check go directly deposited into her account. So it's looking like people are actually doing this, and you actually getting up and look how he looking at her like, oh, I just found the greatest fool. Look how he looking at her.
Money into. He gives me an allowance of $100 a week. Like if I need
So,
more, I
ma'am,
can
let me
ask.
get this right. This man gives you a $100 allowance out of your own paycheck. Girl, can you say PIMP?
More, but normally it's just like $100 a week for like food and like random stuff I want to buy. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We both pay for stuff, but he handles all the money as the man should.
I don't want to be the one to say it, but I got to. But a woman should not be taking care of a man financially. I can't even wrap my head around that shit. I will fucking go broke before I ask a woman for some bread, bro. I do not give a fuck, bro. I would feel embarrassed. And you should feel embarrassed because as a man in this society, you telling me you're dependent on women financially in this society? There's no way.
As you can hear from another man, it is very embarrassing. They should not want to ask you for money, but they still do. You see how.
And shout out to this guy. I'm glad that there's actually guys who speak up against things like this. I have too many trust issues to put all of my money into a joint account and then have to ask for an allowance. Man, this is insane. You putting all your money into his stuff. If anything, I feel like this. If you all are together and y'all are paying bills together, then have a account like you have your personal account, they have their personal account. But y'all have one account that all the bill money go into. That makes sense. Like, hey baby, our rent is 1,500, light bill sum it up to about 200, 250. We gotta get household items, we gotta pay the internet bill. So all of that money, y'all split that half and half. It'll probably come up to about 1,000 a piece. So y'all have y'all own account where y'all pay y'all bills, but both of y'all need to have y'all own separate accounts. And when it comes to the account where y'all pay all y'all bills together, it needs to be set up where y'all have to have both people there in order to withdraw any money off of. And y'all don't need to have a debit card to that account. Y'all need to have to go inside the bank together and be able to get that money together. And the account needs to be set up like that. But as far as this young lady having her whole check go to her man account, girl, you's a fool, girl. And I don't even use that word fool like that. But what's wrong with you? What is wrong with you, girl? These women, oh my God, you putting all of your money into a man's bank account? Who raised you? Who told you this was okay?
Sis, don't let him borrow no money. Don't loan him no money. Don't hand him no money. Don't gift him no money. Do not give him no money. Like, honestly, this is why a lot of people fall victim to the hobosexuals, because you let them trick you into giving them money and you don't even realize it. You don't even realize it. You might be thinking to yourself, like, who has a problem with giving a man money? Like, how do you even get into that? Believe me, there are some women out there who are literally getting their checks directly deposited into their man's account and turning around and asking their man for some money for the week. Like, you never know who's going through what, and everybody has different situations and different experiences. But if you see some of the signs in the beginning, you can definitely avoid some of these things. So stay tuned and watch for more tips.
You know, there's one huge red flag when it comes to dating that I don't think enough people talk about. And that to me is men who come to you and they're already in need of your resources. You just met this man and all of a sudden he's telling you about how his roommates are doing this and that, and he might need a place to stay real soon, and he may have to stay with you. I just met you, sir. A man who already is looking at your pockets, might need money, might need to borrow money, and you've only been dating him for a short amount of time.
Oh, what she is saying is so true. When you guys are doing the courtship, this man is talking about, hey, this car I got, this car note is just so much, the interest is so high, I might be needing another car soon. Or you meet that man that's like, hey, I'm having some issues that's going on with my apartment, it's looking crazy, I might be needing to maybe crash at your place soon. Run fast and don't look back. Like, man, you better run. What this young lady is talking about is the truth and nothing but the truth. You better run. There's no reason why anybody, any man or woman, need to trying to get off into a relationship or a courtship, and you don't have your living you don't have your living situation stable, you don't have your car situation stable. If you don't have a car, then go and get you that bus pass. Go and jump on that double Dutch bus and get to where you gotta go. There's no reason why you should be coming into a relationship talking about, hey, I think I'm probably I'm gonna need to borrow your car, I just need a place to stay for. No, if you are in a relationship, you need to have that stuff situated, honey, or it's gonna turn off into a really bad situation. Red flags.
To borrow your car for a little bit because his is acting up or in the shop. A man who just met you and already has his eyes on something that you have might be using you. Some men aren't looking for love, they're looking for help, and they're also looking to get access to your resources. If you ever want to know if a man's intentions towards you are pure, test him. When in doubt, try him out, okay? Tell him no. If you feel like he's using you for your body, tell him, you don't feel comfortable having sex right now, so you're going to have to cut it off. And see if the romantic relationship is still being pursued. Tell him
Tell him that you're celibate. You have made a vow with God that the next person you sleep with is going to be your husband. See if they want to stick around then. Yeah, you cut the cookies off. Let's see what he's going to do.
Let him borrow your car anymore. That you can't let him borrow any money anymore. That he can't stay with you. When you tell a man no, then you get to see what he's really made of. Because if he's truly interested in you, wanting to get to know you, wanting to be with you, that shouldn't be a deal breaker.
What kind of women do men like to ask to borrow money from? The woman that he doesn't like.
If a man asks to borrow money and you just started dating, he hates you. Now, I know some of the faceless usernames are going to get triggered and comment and be like, oh, well, you should lend him your money if you really like him. It's not about whether you're willing to do it or not. It's about the fact that he asked you in the first place. Masculine men who want to impress you would rather risk being homeless than ever have to ask a woman they're dating to borrow money because men value respect and admiration above anything else. And he knows that the second he asks you for something like that, you will never see him the same way again. Whether
That is so true. And then another thing is that when you're first dealing with a guy, if he come through the door asking you for money, he don't like you. He don't like you. And one thing about a man that likes you, if he really likes you and he wants to date you, if his money is a little tight to go out on a date, a man will borrow some money from one of his homeboys. Hey man, I just met this bad chick, man. I just need to borrow $200. I want to impress her. I want to buy some flowers and I want to take her out to eat. A man will go out his way to impress the woman that he really likes. The woman he don't like, he's gonna be asking you for money, baby. I remember back in the days when I stayed in Arkansas, I remember there was a girl I knew and she actually had 5 kids. And there was the guy she was dealing with. And they worked together. A man who, she was friends with him first, and then they just gradually got romantic or whatever. But this guy used to be asking her for money, like in between paydays and stuff. He used to be asking her for money. I'm so glad you're showing this because I had no idea when we're going through some of these things. Girl, out here in the dating field, Sabrina, you will be surprised what women are going through out here, man. It's insane and it's crazy. And I know since I don't go back to work until tomorrow, I'll probably be going live again this afternoon, probably about 5 or 6. I got some more stuff to show. But I'm just thinking like this girl had 5 kids and she was dealing with a man that she worked with, and in between work periods, he used to be borrowing money from her. He'll like borrow 40 and then it went up to like 50 and then he borrowed $60 from her. And she was just giving some, oh girl, he gonna pay me back, he gonna pay you back, pay me back. And I'm like, girl, this man know you have 5 children that you are raising by yourself. Why is this man asking you for money? I said, don't let this man borrow no more money. I don't care paying you back or not. He don't need to be borrowing money from you. And then you're on the verge of like getting romantic. Y'all messed around, kicked it or whatever. You're on the verge of getting romantic with this man, and this man is asking you for money. Like this man don't like you like that, baby. I didn't come out and say it to her quite like that, but I just told her, any man that know you are a single mother who have 5 children, you can't afford to be loaning him no 40, 50, $60. Man, I promise that situation just really peed me off. And I'm like, what the heck? But I mean, you will be surprised what they're going through out here. It is really insane. It's really insane. And getting off into this other situation about guys who had their girlfriends. Let me hear what this man talking about.
I'm just gonna say it straight. You know, some guys do not like their girlfriends. Some guys do not like their girls. I'll be real. Like, seriously, some guys are liable outside and their phone's ringing. They look at it, it's their girl, and they're even doing this. Because you girls need to understand. You lot must think that this being difficult, causing arguments for no reason shit is cute. Listen, now really peep game and look in right now what I'm about to say. Some guys lost feelings for their girlfriends time ago. There's guys out here that lost feelings for their girl months ago. As in they're outside telling girls, yeah, I'm single. Yeah, take my snap. But then they're coming home and they're chatting to you like, oh yeah, how's your day? Listen, because you girls think you could be trouble and guys are gonna start clocking like, I don't even like this girl. But it's a thing where you've been together for long enough, so he feels like he owes you to stay with you. He doesn't want to shatter your heart and leave you. I'm telling you, the difficult act ain't cute. Cut it out.
But you know, like when you like just stop liking a baby, yeah, and you just like
It is so true. It's just men out here who don't like their girls. That's why a lot of these men come into the relationship. That's a big reason why they come into the relationship instantly trying to see what they can get out of you. Because a lot of them really don't like you anyway. So they're like, well, I don't really care for this girl, but hey, being in a relationship right now is very, very beneficial for me because, hey, I'm a little down on my luck. So this relationship is going to somehow boost me up in a bit. So let me see what I can get out of her. Mm-mm-mm. This is crazy, crazy, crazy. And looking at this situation here, let me see what they talking about right here.
Yeah, that links back to his point when he says some man them hate their girlfriend. It's a thing where let's say, yeah, let's say this, yeah. Let's say if your boy has a girl and he doesn't rate his girl, he'll more likely. You can tell when someone doesn't rate his.
Hold on, let me see what this gentleman talking about.
How to know if a man hates women? Oh, yeah, you heard that correctly. How to know if a man hates women? Let me give you an example. When you're talking to a man or you see a video of a man and he's always talking about women from a negative standpoint, he's talking about women from a mean and inferior standpoint. For example, oh, what does she know? She's a woman. That's how women are. That's how women think. Um, Women only want one thing. They want your money. When you hear these kind of comments from a man, this is typically coming from a man who hates women. There's no other way to put it to you. He hates.
And this is so true. And then you have to think like this. Most of what's up with your Irvin? I seen you last night. Damn it, I was in the comment section. He had like an Erica Badu, I think, versus what Mary J. Blige. It was off the hook, honey. But this is what I trip off of. The fact that the main men who be like, well, that's how women are. Women just want a man for their money. For the most part, those are men who don't have any money. They are men who are worried about you taking their invisible stash. They don't have most of them don't have any money in the first place. And they're worried about you taking their money. Insane to me.
He hates women. Now, how else do you know if a man hates women? This is a man typically who, the way he talks about women, like I said, he always tries to paint women in such negative lights all the time, using very vulgar words to describe women. He typically doesn't see women as good people. And this usually comes from a place of hurt, usually, or jealousy. So a man who has never had positive female influences in his life, maybe his mother was dysfunctional, his aunties were dysfunctional, his sisters were dysfunctional, and he never knew what it's like to have a foundational positive experience with women. These kind of guys are going to grow up with some type of vendetta against women. So that's number one, how he talks about them, the kind of vulgar words he uses. Number two, this is actually the extreme part. These are the men that go the extra mile to abuse. This could be physical, this could be emotional, this could be mental. His goal is to destroy. That's it. His goal is to destroy, and he will do anything to destroy a woman. Could be physically extreme, could be mental. There are some men out there who go out specifically hunting for women to hurt, to destroy.
Yes.
He's hurt. He hates women. Number three, these are the kind of guys.
What he just said, and I don't know if y'all heard exactly what he just said, but he said specifically the men who probably grew up with, not so good women in their lives. Those are the men who are particularly very hurt. And a lot of those guys, they go out and seek women specifically to hurt them because they have an internal hate for the women in their family. They have an internal hate for women in general. So a lot of those guys in a predatory way go after women who probably have low self-esteem. They go after women who are sometimes not even particularly attractive. They'll go after a heavier set woman. And that's a big reason. I remember when I was talking to Urban over on his channel. Ooh. When I was talking to Urban on his channel, I said, before I seriously try to get into a relationship, I want to make sure I lose all my weight and get myself together weight wise, because a lot of guys specifically seek out heavier women because they feel like they can do them any kind of way. So I'm like, yeah, I want to get myself together before I get off into a relationship. And we had a good conversation on that. Yeah, I'll make sure I drop Urban's link down in the comment section, because he talks about a lot of good things referring to relationships and stuff too. And I know he's done a lot of commentary on the pop the balloon thing. And oh, Urban, I would love for us to get together and do a show about how ratchet the pop the balloon thing is, and how it just shows the black community in a very disparaging way. And I was just wondering, what do you think about that situation? The pop the balloon is just it's so ratchet to me, and it's just like it's lowbrow, and it just shows the mindset of a lot of people out here in our community too. But what this man is talking about is so true. Let's finish hearing what he's talking about.
Guys, you see that are they're always competing with women. You know what I mean? It's always like, oh, men can do it better. You can't do it. Men are the best. Men are the best. Men are the best. So these 3 points, the way he talks, the vulgar words he uses to describe women, the way he abuses the women, and the way he's always in competition. These are typically 3 signs that a man hates women. And these are the kind of men you see in very alpha male type environments, right? Screaming at women, telling women they are not high value, or trying whatever they can to make sure the woman knows that he's stronger than her, he's better than her. These are signs of men that hate women. I know it sounds weird. How can a man hate women? And by the way, you have men that hate women that are sleeping with the women they hate. You have men that hate women that are in relationships with women that they hate. Oh yeah. Think about it.
That phase where you slowly start hating your girlfriend is crazy.
When she holds your hand in public and you feel like cutting it off.
Yeah. When the problem asks you what the problem is.
Oh, this one, no. When her smile takes away yours.
Nah!
Oh, God.
When she says, I'll call you when I get home, then you switch off your phone and remove the battery.
They're removing the battery breaking. He doesn't want to communicate with anyone.
There's no chance you're getting through to me. Remove the battery.
I remember this one time on a weekend, she said she was coming. Yo, I cried.
Yeah.
Yeah, that links back to his point when he says some man them hate their girlfriends. Like, bro, it's a thing where it's a thing where let's say this, yeah. Let's say if your boy has a girl and he doesn't rate his girl, he'll more likely cheat.
You can tell when someone doesn't rate his goal, you know. If let's say your boy tries to do something mad with a goal and he has a goal, and you say to him, bro, like, what about your goal? The look he will give you will tell you
like,
everything.
There'll be like some guys I'll give some extreme side eyes, but even then, that's
Thank you for my beautiful baby. I wanted to get her something special, so I got her a promise ring. So.
Oh.
I tried.
Wait. We have one more gift. A real gift. One more gift. A real gift. Happy birthday, sister. Stop here.
Little babies there?
You don't need to be wearing shit like that either. Like, it's shit too tight.
Babe, it is my birthday. Stop.
Oh, she a hoe. You don't need to be even fucking with bitches like that. She a
Babe,
hoe.
shut the fuck up.
Asking men for advice about getting married, and now that I'm 4 years in, I realize that a lot of these men didn't like their wives.
Hey, y'all. So that young man I just stitched brought up an amazing point, and I'm so happy to hear a man admit to this and say this out loud. So go back and watch his original video, but he did a thing and he found out that, men don't like women. His married friends don't like their wives. I've been saying this for years, and listen, I love men, good men. I love good men that are real men, but the rest of them, I'm like, ugh. One of the things I discovered years and decades ago, actually, is that men don't really like women. So many men hate their wives. If you ever like in the workplace and you hear a dude talking about his wife, it's always very disparaging comments. It's like crazy. It's like, bruh, do you not even like your wife? What the fuck? Men don't like women. This is totally my conjecture, so do with this what you will. A lot of times men don't like women because we're not men. They want men, but they can't admit it due to societal pressures. So many men, I just want to go up to them and say, dude, just say that you're gay. Like, it's okay, it's all right. But they can't, and they feel pressured, so they blame us because they can't be who they really are. That's conjecture.
All right. So that's a whole nother topic right there. But thank you all for tuning in. I had ended up getting a phone call or whatever. But I'll be going back live this afternoon. So you guys make sure you stay tuned. If you watch the replay, make sure you go ahead and hit that thumbs up. And big shout out and much love to all of my supporters. All right. I'll be back this afternoon. Peace.